Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech. Today we are taking on the final Flashpoint, White Lies, which probably will be really extremely easy. We might go with our light group of mechs again, just for the sake of making it a little bit interesting. You can see we've flown all the way down here. I just kind of was flying around looking for good missions, good systems. Nothing of value has occurred, sadly. We have 269 days left to find that awesome. I'm not panicking yet, but I'm definitely panic adjacent. I am in my pre-panic position. I felt like there was something else I was going to say. I don't know what it would be. I already did all the other contracts worth doing on this system, so once we're done here, we can go ahead and bail out to hopefully someplace that might actually have an awesome as a mission reward. And yeah, with no further ado, let's rumble. It's 3 skulls, so the team of small mechs might be a little bit more fun to use, or we could just completely overwhelm it, because that also is fun in its own way sometimes. Commander Ballard, I was pleased to see that you'd accepted my summons. The job I have for you today is more personal to me than most, and it comes as a relief to know that it will be passed into such capable hands. Sure, tell us how we can help. A frontier mercenary company, Arslan's Janissaries, has been targeting prominent families inside the Free Worlds League, including my own. Someone has hired them to bankrupt us, and they've been attacking our assets both inside and outside of Merrick space. Naturally, this cannot stand. A swift and decisive response is required. Okay, I take it you'd like us to eliminate the entire mercenary company? We're real good at that. The mercenaries are nothing. Crush them and their client will simply hire another. Make no mistake, the mech warriors that pulled the trigger will be punished, but our primary target is the villain who hired them. Alright, do you have any leads on this mystery client? Only suspicions. Whoever arranged all of this possesses an encyclopedic knowledge of my family's holdings, and of the assets of a dozen other prominent Merrick families. This makes me believe that our target is a person of means. A high-ranking noble from a rival successor state, perhaps. But I can't prove anything. Not without your help. If this is going to be like espionage or any kind of social skills challenge, you might want to call somebody else. Arslan's Janissaries hail from this system. They conduct all of their business from a fortified headquarters on the planet's surface, and that's where we'll find the evidence we're after. Capture it, and I'll bring in a forensics team to scour every safe vault and hard drive for intel, leading to our ultimate target. Okay, sounds good, Commander Singh. We'll take it from here. That actually does sound like a thing we can handle. Oh yeah, so you can see there is one job left here, but the amount of positive reputation we would gain would actually cost us more points than we could possibly get by doing the job, so we're going to leave this one uncompleted. Alright, before we can eliminate the person responsible, we must identify him. His mercenaries, Cat's Paws, the Arslan's Janissaries, have a base of operations at our first drop site. Seize the base, blow stuff up. There is, I do not think, any real chance of there being an awesome 8T on this mission, so let's just go ahead and take it full pay. A million C-bills is a number of points that we at least have to think about. So I was leveling people up. You can see we're actually starting to get pretty developed on some of our... I think these would be the D-string pilots. You know what? Maybe I could just leave them in. It's a Badlands biome, and if we're going to take the small mechs for the sake of mixing it up a little bit and maybe having a little bit of a challenge, we probably want to prioritize pilots who are a little bit better at heat management, though. So heat management is a guts thing, right? Even if you don't have coolant vent, if you have a bunch of guts, you have a higher overheat threshold. So do we have any pilots who are not totally maxed out, but who have decent guts? Yeah, okay, Hex is a reasonable pilot. We put her on the party, because otherwise it's only going to get to fire once during the entire job. And then, Prowl is probably a little bit overdoing it, but honestly... I'm looking. A lot of these low-level pilots really don't have any good guts. Yeah, we could bring Sheet Metal, put her in the Sonic Boom. That's probably where the sensor lock makes the most sense. And then Trojan has like actual coolant vent and everything, he can go in this one, because this one has the PPC. I know it says the heat efficiency of this mech is good, but that's a lie. That's a damned lie. Although, actually, you know what? He has sure footing and bulwark. He's probably really good in... Yeah, okay, why don't we do this? Maybe we put sheet metal in here. The Hatchet Man does at least have an AC-10, and that has a pretty long maximum range. It can usually fire, but we really do need some heat management on this mech. And then we could just have pretty much anybody rock this thing. Trash can, like, I don't know if you're a good fit. Maybe we put slide rule in? Thinking the breaching shot with the PPC. Yeah, sure. Alright, we're going in under-meched and a little under-piloted. This, if there's any chance of this being difficult at all, we are leaning into that. And this is about the type of squad you would have approaching a 3-skull mission, right? Except for the fact that we have this Starly Griffin that is extremely kitted out with double plus damage SRM6s. You know, that could have happened, though. You could get really lucky and be in this position. Darius is all about making sure Commander Singh feels okay with the end of this. Wonder if there's a little something going on there, maybe. He does. I'll tell you what, he doesn't talk this way about Graf Stiglitz Bradford. Also, screw that guy. Of course, Commander Singh does at least, like, actually let us know what's up. I never feel surprised.
Command interface initiated.
And he spends a lot less time talking down to us as well. Arslan's Janissaries maintain a fortified stronghold and a base of operations here on this plateau. It is from this site that they negotiated their contract against my family. I need you to take the structure, but you must capture it in one piece. When the facility is ours and the Janissaries have been vanquished, my forensics team will scour the area. God's willing, they will uncover the identity of my true enemy, that we may visit justice upon him. Yeah, alright. That sounds like a thing that could happen.
Roger that.
So this mech has a couple of jump jets. We could run around this way. I'm just thinking, like, running up the uneven ground through the forest is probably a little bit slower than taking this more direct path. Or, sorry, taking this flatter path, rather. It is a little bit less direct.
On my way. Coordinates received.
Okay, what do we got a reading on here? I mean, obviously there's going to be turrets, of course.
Orders?
So who has... You have a sensor lock? Yeah, you can just move up to
Position
here
confirmed.
and get me a read on this guy. And I think we have enough missiles that it shouldn't be a big deal. How heavy is a heavy laser turret? Okay, that is actually the maximum degree of heaviness that we have ever seen from a turret.
Yes, Commander. Moving to position.
Slide rule apparently is, shoot, I can't remember the name of that other pilot who has that same voice. I think we have a Ricochet. Slide rule and Ricochet are brothers, probably.
Affirmative.
I want to believe that there aren't a ton of people running around in the galaxy with that voice.
Ready for orders.
I want to believe that Ricochet is a little bit more unique than that. So we could just jump in and blow it up. My concern here is that this might reveal... Like, obviously that's a turret. That's a turret. That's a turret. But I guess... I don't know that I think that they would have a lot of vision on us, necessarily. Oh, I remember this map. I remember this little alcove. Yeah, I'll just jump up here.
I've got something.
We're close enough for sensor locks, but they're not actually going to be able to shoot at me. So 176, huh? Oh, you know what? These aren't all double plus damage. Well, that's embarrassing. 176 is like, this covers it, right? 72 and 72 plus 25 is not enough. There we go.
Target confirmed.
We do only actually have an 80% hit rate here, too. Pilots who are not maxed out on their gunnery skill.
Standing by.
Alright, I don't think this should be a problem.
Confirmed.
They might have sensor lock, even if they do have sensor locks.
Hell yeah.
This guy is sort of armored. He's reasonably well armored. Alright, we can pretty easily get a sensor lock on that turret over there. You know what? I'm sensor locking with the wrong mech here.
Commander.
Because we could have used the AC-10 to fire at a distance on that. Well, I mean, we're not really in any hurry. Why don't we just do it right?
Waiting for orders.
I mean, I guess I can take the easy shots that we have here.
On my way.
We got that we got that large laser. And the aluminum cannon will actually be able to hit with all of its weapons, probably.
Commander. Roger that. All weapons are go.
Yeah, they're going to put no time pressure at all on us. I guess we can do this the really safe way.
Receiving you.
So you just reserve down. We want to use your sensor
go.
lock.
Yeah, Commander.
Oh, that's right. I swapped the pilots around so that we would have access to
Receiving you.
coolant vent.
Receiving
The
you.
sensor lock. We only have the one
Waiting
sensor
for
lock.
orders.
Well, then we'll just do this the exact same way. The aluminum
Sensor
cannon
locked
probably
on.
can finish this guy off completely,
Orders.
right? Yeah, we're looking at...
Fire.
Provided the PPC doesn't miss, this should be a kill.
One less turret.
In the past, it has seemed like after a couple of the turrets go down, then things get a little bit more lively.
Got it.
So this might be where we start to experience some time pressure.
Taking a
Respawns
protective
coming,
stand.
or reinforcements spawning in or something.
Standing by.
No, apparently not. Okay, if I run all the way into the corner here, I can just get a sensor read.
Location confirmed.
They really should respond in some way to their turrets being blown up. I don't know what exactly they would do here, but they should do something. They should not allow me to do this.
Moving out.
I guess if they don't have any vehicles or mechs posted up in the base, they really can't.
Ready for orders.
Seems like the sort of thing you would want to be mindful of when designing your base. Oh, really? Already?
Taking the shot.
Yeah, well, this is exactly why we want to take it slow.
Waiting for orders. Holding
So, I
here.
mean, they're not going to push us at all.
Commander?
What we can do is sensor lock and then just, like, kill this thing over 2 turns with just the large laser
What's up, boss?
while we let the other mechs rest.
Receiving you.
Feels a little cheesy, but I'm definitely more cautious with these mechs than I am with our A-team, since I feel like our A-team can get out of stuff. It can do things that it should not be able to do.
Standing by.
Alright, let's see if anything happens when we kill this. Well, apparently they're really just going to let us
One less
destroy all of their static defenses without responding in any way. Alright, well, I
Commander.
guess... Huh. Oh, the last one's all the way over there. An impressive structure, to be sure. I mean, it looks like every other base to me. Advance on the facility, but exercise caution. The Janissaries are a ruthless, well-funded mercenary command, and they're bound to have additional reinforcements in the area. Not particularly, attendant mercenaries in the area, though. Not really paying attention. Got turrets going live all over the place. I don't know. I feel like probably just in the one place. My guess.
Aye, aye.
Move order received.
Trying to make sure we actually have an angle here.
Good to go.
That's
Yes,
just a
Commander.
shredder turret anyway. I mean, honestly, if you're coming in at 3 skulls, a heavy shredder
Orders.
turret is pretty terrifying.
Standing by. On my way. Alpha strike.
I'm going to
Waiting
assume
for orders.
that the codec chatter about them having reinforcements means that
I copy.
the reinforcement mechs have now spawned and are moving toward us. probably. But we could really take our time with this. Like, even if enemies do show up, we could just fight them over here and then kill this thing.
Ready for orders.
Because at this range, I don't think it's going to be able to use any of its weapons against us.
Going full throttle. Waiting for orders.
Even if it did have vision. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to reserve...
Yes, Commander.
We're going to have somebody step far enough forward to actually get vision of this thing. And we're going to try to give the cannon a rest while we kill it with the large laser plus the AC-10 on the hack job. I mean, I'll fire whatever I can fire without generating any real heat. Now, you know what? I'm just going to brace.
Receiving you.
I'm expecting those reinforcements to show up any moment now, and I would love it if we could be at empty heat on everybody when that happens.
Move order received.
I twitched and it turned right as I... That's annoying.
Let's do this.
I mean, it was entirely on me, but that's annoying. Do you own the... Okay, we can turn off the PVC. Honestly, the LRM-10 is more than sufficient. It'll leave us at almost no
Target
heat.
locked in.
Okay.
Turret destroyed.
So we should be just about emptied out as the enemies...
Hostile
Yep.
contacts inbound.
As the enemies approach. Got an unknown mech and an unknown vehicle.
Yeah, Commander.
You know, I feel like we see unknown mech and unknown vehicle a lot at the beginning of the campaign, and then less as the campaign goes on. It doesn't actually say on any of the skills that they increase the fidelity of your sensor information, but maybe that's a thing. Maybe one of the skill points actually lets you, makes it more likely you'll get good readings. 75 and a 60. A 75, huh? Well, ordinarily what I would do is just wait for them to come to me and then go after them. But I'm wondering if that's a good idea with our mechs facing, with so many of our backs facing there. Like, I think I'm going to... I'm going to go ahead and have people move into
Roger.
a little bit more secure positions, brace up.
What's up, boss?
Don't want to take any back shots if I don't have to.
Moving to position.
Waiting for orders.
And especially the trebuchet, like, really does not want to be that close to the enemies, ideally. Okay, well, that's got us to actually zero heat. Okay, so that's a striker. I don't know if we've ever seen another 35-ton vehicle. I assume all 35-ton vehicles are strikers.
Damage minimal.
That could be a Manticore over there, because that's heavier, right? Then we have something in the 60-ton class up here. So basically, the Orion's the only thing I'm really worried about. It is fairly heavy for the weapons we're mounting, but... And they don't have anything moving on 3. Hold on, I'm gonna take these in an order that is a little bit more productive. Let's put the big mech on them and see what we get out of it, and then we'll know better what kinds of weapons we want to try to train on this thing. We do not have quite the damage focus ability
Firing.
with these mechs, or with these pilots, that we do with our others, but... Oh, wow. Did I do any damage? I did. Okay, we got some damage on the center. Well, it turns out we're going to have to commit really hard here.
Move order
Pilots
received.
cannot shoot straight. Look at the size of this thing. You would think it would be really easy to hit the middle of that. Wow. Literally not a single weapon hit center there.
Receiving you.
It's kind of crazy.
Good to go. Location confirmed.
Let's maybe see if we can get a knockdown.
Confirmed.
We may end up killing this, killing the pilot instead of the mech at this point, or at this rate. All right, we can focus up a little bit. Still, Sheet Metal's the only one of these pilots who can aim at all. Still looking at 200 center health. If we knock the arm off, he just loses a laser. This is AC 10 if we get through this. We're not, though. We're, like, that's not happening, for sure. Don't have anywhere near the damage. But we could try to prioritize it. Yeah, over a couple of people's attacks we could get it off, and that removes the biggest source of damage. And knocking him down does interfere with his aiming ability as well. Okay, it is in fact a Manticore. Driving up awfully close. Probably just a melee attack will destroy that thing.
Systems holding.
I think these mechs are heavy enough to have lethal attacks against
Give them
vehicles.
everything you've got. Standing by.
So you do have the range. It would do 140 damage, which is not lethal, to the front armor. If we attack from the side like this, there's a chance we hit the back and a chance we hit the side, and either one of them is a kill, and that lets us reset our heat. I like that.
Acknowledged.
Ah, of course you did.
Commander.
You suck. So, 26. Just high enough that a medium laser won't do the job. Great.
Receiving you. Commander?
Okay, these medium lasers will.
Move into position.
I'm going to try putting the autocannon still into that guy, mostly for the stability damage.
Split and fire.
Alright, that was really lucky. Now we have 2 chances to hit the front armor. Neither one of them did.
What's up, boss?
Because of course they didn't.
Yes, boss?
Man, I really don't want to have to spend a bunch of attacks on this thing. How many missiles would it take? It would be a lot. Yeah, we'd have to hit with 8 missiles, so just firing the LRMs is not probably a good idea. If we put the LRMs on this guy, we could unsteady him potentially, but
Yes, Commander.
I guess all we have left is the party, which means that we wouldn't be able to get the knockdown anyway. I mean, now that he's missing his AC 10, he's a lot less scary. He could still just throw a big punch. In fact, I think we're probably pretty worried about that. But let's finish off the Manticore here. So I need to hit with 2 medium lasers or the large laser. I would like to not overflow my heat this turn. If we can cool and vent next turn, we're probably going to be okay on heat for the rest of the battle. Did you seriously hit with one of those weapons?
Commander?
Okay, well, now we can split fire pretty confidently. The 5 ought to do the job. But I may give him the 10 just to be absolutely certain, since our weapons have so far gone out of their way to do terrible, terrible things. Yeah, we'd better give him the 10.
Roger.
The 5 won't do it, I bet.
Let's hit him hard.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle eliminated.
Alright, good luck, Griffin. Okay, he did not go for the punch. In fact, he didn't do anything at all. Kind of a strange choice. Did he run close enough for me to hit him with my axe?
Good to go.
He totally did. Well, 110 to the wrong side of the body is not very compelling. I think I'm better off running over
my
here.
way.
If we could melee him in the front parts, I would do it. And we'll just go ahead and precision strike, and this will break vision for them.
Firing a full salvo. Good to go.
2. Really? Oh, well, I think we can probably... punching here feels bad, because I'm sure it will just hit the leg. But it shouldn't take very much. You probably just fire like a couple of... Here, we can fire this many SRMs while remaining at pretty much zero heat. It only takes one of them hitting the torso.
That's a kill.
Alright.
Orders.
These little mechs are ridiculous.
Standing by. Hunkering
Sit here
down.
and bleed heat.
Standing by.
I might...
Waiting for orders.
Do we want to do that again? No, I probably want to get in here and surprise them, but you know what? I might want to reserve until after their turn. So we get 2 shots in a row on them. So that's not a Manticore, or it would have been indirect firing this whole time, right? What do I think that is? Could be a PPC carrier. It's never had direct shot capability.
Acknowledged.
An SRM carrier. Okay, well, just turn on the rest of the guns then.
Confirmed.
That was maybe a little bit overkill, but
Enemy vehicle?
best not to take chances with the SRM carrier.
Receiving you.
You probably are just like not going to be relevant, is my guess.
Receiving you. Lift it off.
I think strikers are not terribly heavily armored. Yeah, if we can get a medium laser and the AC-10 to hit the same area, we're cool here.
Confirmed.
Alright. Is that it, really? I mean, it's a 3-skull mission.
Vehicle destroyed.
Sure, I guess that makes sense. We did not bother to capture the base.
Good to go.
That was not a time-sensitive objective. I knew we were going to be able to get there.
Roger. Venting heat and stabilizing.
Okay. Nicely done, Commander. Sit tight and hold the facility. My forensics team should be joining you within the hour.
Mission successful.
Yeah, I guess at the distances we're talking about, it really does take a while for support staff to move up from safety. Alright, we destroyed their static defenses, got paid $1 million, C-bills. Just roll right into the next one. I mean, honestly, these mechs are not bad. The trebuchet leaves a little bit to be desired, I think, even for the size, but it is nice to have something that can fire indirectly. We probably would be better off, and this is honestly almost always the case, we probably would be better off using a design that was just LRMs in place of the PPC. I keep wanting PPCs to be good, but they're just not. They're just mathematically, they're always the wrong weapon, it feels like. Congratulations on a battle well fought, Commander. My forensics team is on the way to take possession of the mercenary base. After they've scoured the base's computers and identified the mercenary's client, we will proceed to attack our ultimate target. Yep, sounds like a plan. We'll just sit around and twiddle our thumbs until you get here. A moment later, a second figure appears to replace him. His features are partially shrouded in shadow, but we didn't bother to illustrate that for some reason. Commander Ballard, please forgive the intrusion, but we have little time and there's business to discuss. Identify yourself now. You need only know that I'm a friend. I'll get straight to the point. When the members of Force Commander Singh's forensics team go over the base you just captured, they'll find evidence pointing in the direction of House Steiner. They will find this evidence to be both credible and compelling, but it's a red herring. If Singh follows it, he'll be walking into a trap. And you know this how? My organization trades in information. We know a lot of things, and when an opportunity presents itself, we know how to exploit it. And what kind of opportunity are we talking about? One of Singh's chief political rivals owns an armory on this planet. My employers are extremely interested in obtaining this armory, and you're in a position to deliver it to them. I'm calling to make you an offer, Commander Ballard. If you play your cards right, you can come out of this run with a satisfied client and a variety of classified battlemech components. Interested? What exactly are you asking here? Replace one bundle of misinformation with another. I'll supply you with files to plant on the base's computers. A simple task for Dr. Murad, I imagine. When Force Commander Singh's forensics team digs through the files, they will point to the armory. We have people positioned inside of Singh's salvage recovery team. Do this for us, and half of whatever they find will become yours when the job is done. And what about Singh? he'll still have a dangerous enemy out there. That will be true no matter what you do. And surely that's good news for you, eh, Commander? More danger means more opportunity for mercenary work. The important thing is that Singh will think that his troubles are over in the short term, and he will have you to thank for it. Well... this is very interesting. I like the idea of profit. I don't so much, and I think Lily would not so much like the idea of screwing Singh on this after everything. You know, like, not that she feels particularly honor-bound to always be decent to the client, but you can't get hired if you develop a reputation for betraying people. Like, playing straight with the client is good for business. I think we're going to refuse this deal. This might make the whole Flashpoint kind of weird, because now we're going to have to tell Singh that the data won't be right. Which means, like, where does the thing lead from there? I'm honestly kind of curious about that. That is maybe enough reason to refuse the deal. Yeah, you're out of luck, friend. We're not screwing Singh on this. In that case, I'll take my leave of you, but know that you just turned down a lot of rare salvage for no tangible benefit. I was wrong to reach out to you, Commander. You're considerably less savvy than I was led to believe. Yeah, one of us is capable of long-term thinking, buddy. When Force Commander Singh's forensics team arrives, I'm going to show them a recording of that conversation. Maybe something our anonymous friend just told us will help them sift through whatever fake intel was planted here and get to our real target. Yeah, we have to hope. Okay, according to the information my team pulled out from the base you captured, our target, my enemy, is one Murdoch Dawan, small-time political extremist from Killarney. He's here, in this basin. Destroy him and you will be well rewarded. Okay, nice, clean, and simple. And just what we'd have missed if we'd taken our shadowy friend up on his offer. So wait, is this what the information pointed to, or did we sort through the information and this is... I feel like I'm not being let in on all the thing here. So it's a 3-skull assassination. Meaning that we could see here a mech that we would not ordinarily see at 3 skulls. So I think I'm actually going to take this as 3 points of salvage, because who knows, maybe the assassination mech will turn out to be an awesome 8T. That being the case, do we want to change up... We maybe want to put a pilot who is capable of good targeting in charge of the party, just so that we can try to take things head off? It's probably a good idea. So we need somebody with 9 tactics. We unfortunately don't have a ton of people who are not already maxed out and who have at least 9 tactics, and also who have coolant vent. Right? Yeah. So I think we'll put like... A lot of our coolant vent people are all the way maxed out. Yeah, okay. Let's just put, like, Prowl on it. We'll take this a little bit seriously, because it could result in a lot of points, if we're really lucky here. We're only taking it kind of seriously, though. We're not going to get, like, the good mechs out or anything. We're having them repainted. It's an important thing for morale. I do feel like, every once in a while, the writing sort of leaves out information that I would really like to have. Are we going into the trap? I mean, it says small-time political extremist, not House Davian, so... Or House Steiner, rather. So I guess this must not be the trap that was originally laid in the data. And, you know, it's possible that dude was straight up lying to us the whole time, that it wasn't misinformation in the first place. I would like to have been filled in. Maybe we'll get a little bit more clarity after this.
Command interface initiated.
Dawan is here, in this basin. According to the intel my people dug up in the computers you seized, Dawan is a political extremist whose juvenile philosophy begins and ends with eat the rich. Dawan's attacks on my family and my colleagues' families? Random violence. There was no vendetta, just the perverse agenda of a small man with something to prove. And the fabricated evidence on the warehouse's computers, what was the deal with that? Dawan wanted to provoke me into attacking House Steiner, an entity that he views as synonymous with the moneyed elite. Without your help, he probably would have succeeded, and I'd have been lured into a blood feud with a juggernaut. I may not have survived such a conflict. But now Dawan's lies have been laid bare, and I see my enemy for who he is. Do you hear me, Murdoch? On this day, my mercenaries will bring you to justice. They can try, Sing. I'll spit on their corpses, and then I'll spit on yours. There you go. That's the information I was looking for. Now I understand where we are. And see, this is a great long-term move. Now Sing trusts us completely, right? We will be his first contact for everything valuable, anything at all difficult and interesting. This is the right career play. Even though, you know, our career is basically over. You know what I mean. In-universe. A diegetic career. Yeah, I'm not too worried about an ambush. I mean, like, I know there's going to be an ambush, but I think we can handle it. We could just veer off to the side here and try to pick off these dudes as they're coming in. If I'm laying an ambush like this, where there's enemies close and enemies far, I put the long-range weapons on those guys, right?
Roger.
Also, it's entirely possible that I'm just straight overthinking it, and it's not even going to be that difficult. But I think I want to clear out whoever's coming in as reinforcements first.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So neither of you are really the ones... I mean, I guess we can jump you forward. We are not going to be able to get a sensor lock on anything interesting. So if we jump forward to here, we can at least sensor lock whatever that vehicle is. Got a 55-ton coming in.
I've got a sensor lock.
Okay, SRM carrier. Both extremely dangerous and light enough for us to actually do some meaningful damage to it pretty easily.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, the large laser... Wow, that's weird. Large laser is not going to be lethal to any location, but we can really soften one of them up.
Orders.
How's it going?
I am hopeful
Confirmed.
that we can clean this up. Don't feel certain, but I'm hopeful. It's a shame it went to the front and not the side. We got a little bit of damage in. One, man. You couldn't get that one more point of damage? I'm a little afraid of exposing myself here, jumping this far forward, but I guess we've gotta get vision on them at some point. I love the fact that we're gonna get to fight in water, though. This is nice. It is usually the case that stock mechs run a little cooler than my designs, so the benefit of something like this definitely runs more to us than it does to them.
Systems holding.
Seems like it might actually be a little bit difficult. We're talking about a lot of enemies here. And we're not going to be able to finish off that SRM carrier thanks to all of our weapons conspiring to make sure enemies never take any meaningful damage.
I hear ya.
Alright, so the Shadowhawk is only 150 center health. Not gonna be able to get a frontal arc shot though, are we? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I might just want to do this. Exposing the Hatchet Man with no defensive skills, which is a little bit scary. But we're going to have a lot of evasion at least. We have a Shadowhawk and a Centurion. And everything's full armor. Ugh, man. Okay, he's a little bit tougher through the center. He's got an AC 10. He might actually be... Well, I can't hit him with the medium lasers, though. Oh, interesting. His head's not at full health. If we hit his head with the AC 10, he'll just die. Is that worth going for? Probably not. It's probably better to just do this, even though I definitely can't do it with this mech. We can get him low and finish him off with somebody else. And that's way more likely to actually happen. But he's got like 60 center health left? Yeah.
Good to go.
That's pretty doable. Provided we can get somebody into his frontal arc, that is. which apparently we cannot. I'm gonna maybe sprint this mech. I'm just thinking we probably do not gain a lot by creeping forward and firing the large laser every turn. We want to get into all weapons range quickly.
Ready for orders.
Well, I can present this thing. We don't have enough resolve for an aim shot and vigilance, but I could just do vigilance, right? Trebuchet, Wolverine, okay. Yeah, let's go vigilance and then straight frontal shot for 60. I bet we get him. We could get him at least. Awful lot of damage to all of the non-center parts, unfortunately.
Reporting critical hit.
Including a head hit. Yeah, it completely stripped all the armor from almost every other part of the body. A little bit of weapon scatter for you. And now we have to just endure
Yes, Commander.
7 or 8 enemies worth of attacks. We cannot get far enough forward. What's he got left? 12? Well, let's just hope to get lucky, I suppose. Good start. Good start to getting lucky. 95% hit chance on that PPC.
I've been sensor locked.
Alright, it's best for us if they're all going after the Griffin. Wow, that guy's managing to shine his headlights directly into the camera. Impressive. Okay, something over there with a pair of large lasers on it.
Took a hard hit there.
50 tons, large lasers, I don't really know what that is. Okay, they have way more stuff than advertised, and apparently the long-range weapons are on the things that we were initially supposed to fight. And they all have some. So evasion is not going to be useful as a way of not taking damage here, because they have as many attacks as they want to have, basically. Are we facing 12 enemies right now? I think we might be. And he's moved to a position where we're going to get a little bit easier frontal shots on him with the guys in the back. His front is not aimed this way so much.
Commander.
So that's good.
Waiting for orders.
If I fire just the large laser at him, it only kills him if it hits center, or I guess the head. I might... I mean, I really want to actually aim, right? Yeah, I guess we're not shooting him at the party. Let's drop a serious precision strike on somebody. Who am I most concerned about? The AC-10? Maybe the AC-10. Oh, the AC-10 is 100% behind that other mech. Never mind. I guess it's this Shadowhawk? So we're dealing 175 damage with medium lasers plus 50... There's no reason we shouldn't be able to just core this dude.
Roger that. Firing on target.
Prowl has actual good aim. Well, she's supposed to anyway. Okay, we got there.
Should have run when you had the chance.
And we should be able to finish off the other Shadowhawk with the hack job, maybe? I mean, we have to fire at a range where we can include the medium lasers. And I'm not getting to actually aim here.
Lift it off.
Because that's the screwed up SRM carrier. Okay. I'm going to go AC-10 here because it's lethal in a bunch of different areas, and then both the medium lasers here in the hopes that one of them hits center.
Multiple targets confirmed.
Okay, excellent. Very, very good for us. Nope. Arm and leg. Well, we have one more chance.
Critical hit. Waiting for orders.
He does act on 3, so yeah, if we're gonna kill him, we gotta kill him now. I'm giving up my bulwark here. But it's probably better to do that than to... Oof. I was gonna say it's probably better to do that than to take the extra attack, but do I actually think that's true? Like, maybe it would be best if I just waited through their turns. I guess they might split up their damage a little bit here. If I jump, I can get up to 2 points of evasion back. Oh, but I gotta jump to a place where... I guess I may as well jump deep, like... Evasion's not gonna help us, right, though? It'll blunt the effect of a couple of attacks. And, like, I don't actually have the option of getting cover or being able to use bulwark. So we jump for 5 charges of evasion, which I can get right here. I don't want to split up too much.
Jumping.
And then I just finish this guy off. Anyway, I would love to not have to fire everything, but let's be honest.
Targeting for an alpha.
If I don't fire everything, we're not going to get the kill. Okay, so that's 2 enemies down. They get 1, then we get 1, then they get 10 or so.
That shot got past my armor.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to try to take out that AC-10. Well, we can back you up a little bit, make you a little bit less vulnerable to people. Not sure what our attack is now, though. That quick draw is pretty dangerous, but it has bulwark. That crab is pretty dangerous. The 2 large lasers. Yeah, that might be a thing worth worrying about. So we're pretty likely to hit. It's 1 large laser on each arm, I'm assuming? Yeah. And the medium laser's mounted center, so we're not going to knock it off. He does have full head health, so we won't get a lucky PPC shot to the head no matter what. But you know, this pilot's not good enough at aiming for it to matter.
Here we go.
We're just using precision strike as a way of increasing the hit percentage. Those weapons are capable of generating a full bar of instability on mechs this size. That is the axe arm. It would be nice if that did not come off. And this mission seems pretty hard relative to a 3 skull.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Alright, I would maybe hold your tongue there, because you're going to get hit a bunch more times. Well, maybe they're starting to focus on the Griffin again. They're running out of people who act on 3, but then they still have some 2s, and this is just the stuff we can see. Oof, those both hit the same location, huh? Well, that's lucky.
Heavy damage.
Tell you what, when I shoot from the side, they go to the arm. Pretty much everything goes to the arm. That's why you don't run into the mineral field before firing.
Damage minimal.
It seems like the BattleTech AI is way more concerned with surviving than it is with killing, and I think that that's a really, really bad way to strategize. You win by winning, not by not losing, you know? This guy is the next target. This is AC-10 on the right side. Yep, default design always puts all dangerous weapons on the right side. Don't know why. I can't get any further forward. Really love to use my small laser. Alright, well, I don't really want to jump, but we do need a frontal hit, and I can't walk to a front location, so jump and stay in the water and hope that we have enough armor to be okay here.
Taking the high road.
Alright, so do we think we can just core this dude? Probably not, because I'm going to have to turn off some of these weapons. So that being the case, I think it makes the most sense to try to go through the torso. We might get an ammo explosion early or something, but we have to get rid of that autocannon. That should be good, right? Yeah. Give me that ammo explosion.
When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
Okay, so he has 120 center health left. But he also only has 2 medium lasers and an LRM-10. We're beyond the worst of it. We could go for an axe attack here. The problem is that against mechs of this size, a little bit unreliable since you can't aim it at all. I guess we can't aim any attack that we do right now. We only have the one option. We could... No, a DFA is not actually better, because they do 110 damage with the axe hit. We could just run at this dude. If we hit his arm, we don't take it clean off, but we do have a chance of at least blowing out the ammo, which would take it off. If we hit his left torso, there's a chance of an explosion. If we hit his head, obviously, it's a good kill. Yeah, I'm just going to run up on him.
On the move.
Anytime we don't have the ability to aim, we're better off using the axe, because it does almost as much damage as all those weapons combined. You definitely have to go first, because you need to get some of your evasion back or something.
Receiving you.
Alright, how do I want to do this? We have available this turn coolant vent. I think what I want to do is just jump way in on these guys, and see here, we could DFA pretty hard. You do 70 damage to each leg. It's actually going to go through the armor, though. So we don't... Never mind, we don't want to do that. Trebuchet, that is not the trebuchet. I'm right-clicking on this trebuchet. Why can I not? There we go. Trebuchet is definitely a problem. It's actually remarkably well armored.
Good to go.
We're being hit from too many sides. It might be a good idea to jump this way just to reduce the number of sides we're being attacked from. We haven't really done a lot of damage to this thing, and if I can't, for some reason I can't jump into the water over here, I guess it's all too shallow, or all too deep rather. So I could at best jump to here, and then I have a really crappy hit chance for some reason. Oh, because my weapons have been spoiled.
Good to go.
What if we do the aluminum cannon first? We could probably get a knockdown here, and that would dramatically increase my chances of being able to actually kill him. Yeah, you know what? I think I like that. You're kidding me. Can I move into the water and still have the shot? No. Lose the PPC targeting. Man. Alright.
Firing.
This should still be good enough, as long as the PPC hits. That is the sound of water filling the cockpit. You would think that would be possible. Like, I know the cockpits are sealed and everything, but that's really only true until they get hit by a missile.
Standing by.
It should theoretically be possible that the damage dealt by combat should be able to open up the mech a little bit and allow environmental factors to be an issue. I'm a little worried that I'm leaving myself in front of an awful lot of enemies, but we don't actually have a choice.
Move order received.
And we gotta stack up kills, so we're definitely coolant venting. While standing here in the water and not jumping. Doing everything in my power to get my heat under control. Okay, excellent. One more down.
Tango down.
Unfortunately, that's a next turn attack, not a this turn attack that we are preventing. Okay, losing the right arm would not be a big deal. Obviously, it's not ideal, but certainly wouldn't kill the effectiveness of the mech.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
We definitely need to turn this mech so that that arm is cradled safer.
Reporting heavy damage.
I had to say I'm pretty disappointed here with the enemies. It's an assassination mission that doesn't actually have an assassination mech in it. It's just a bunch of stuff that is about this difficulty. Unless we just haven't seen him yet? But I assume he's one of these ones up on land. Maybe he's the quick draw? Boy, they will not fire on the hunchback.
The damage is minor, Commander.
Zero interest in killing that hunchback.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
Okay, no, he's in a 45-ton mech.
I hear ya.
And he hasn't really been part of the fight yet. Well, the bad news is no coolant vent.
Yeah, Commander.
Good news is they're close enough now that we can start shooting into back armor. It's potentially a pretty good way of dealing with some of these dudes. Like, we could just jump over here and target fire into the center torso and maybe actually kill this thing straight up. I'd have to hit with everything, and it would all have to go to the center torso. But at least possible. Wolverine is a little bit tougher there. And also I can't really focus on the Wolverine's back without showing my back. Yeah, I think I do this.
Acknowledged.
Howdy.
Taking a shot.
Damn it. Okay. For a second there, I thought with how high that autocannon shot went, I thought it must have hit one of the sides. That's pretty good, man. That's a pretty good outcome there. And then we can throw a punch. We get 3 small lasers on a punch, and it still lets us blow some heat off. So that's 80 plus another 70 on top of it, but unfortunately not very controllable. It could still be enough to kill the Centurion. I'm a little worried that shows my back to this guy, but you know what? If he wants to turn around and shoot at the back of the hunchback, that might actually be good for us.
You betcha. This is gonna be good.
Oh, come on, small lasers hit center. One of them did. 2 of them did. Awesome. Well, that was a little bit of luck for us there. Yeah, I need people to stop shooting at the Griffin really badly. I mean, the good news is, this turn, we can turn around and face this guy, and that means my right side is no longer available to all those enemies up there. So yeah, we gotta do something like this. And in fact, I know I'm not shooting at any of them. I could just, well, hold on, do I know that? Because now we have this Wolverine with his back to us. Maybe I want to do something like this that I could shoot at the Trebuchet. Oh, the Trebuchet has... We have no chance of hitting that Trebuchet. Yeah, that's probably not even worth doing. Even with precision strike, that's probably not worth doing. I think what I'm going to do here is... We're not going to be able to hit any of this stuff. I could jump up like that. From here, I at least have some kind of shot. You maybe let the quick draw have it. I could jump up here, and we could use our resolve on vigilance. My left side is not healthy, though. Maybe the right play is to back off. Get them refocused on the other people, and then come back around. Use the speed of this mech to be able to come back around. Yeah, I like this, actually. Jump to safety out here. Just brace for a second. Now I need to get you back to a place where they no longer have vision of you. They shouldn't now.
Commander.
This guy is just far enough forward, I guess. If I step back to here, I can't... Unfortunately, there's absolutely no indication of when enemies will have vision of you and when they won't. I like to face my right arm toward them as much as possible. Okay. And then we just... I could start working on the quick draw or the trebuchet from here, I guess. Gonna overheat, because of course I am. Yeah, the quick draw's a problem. It'd be cool if the quick draw was less of a problem. Of course, the PBC hits the arm. Okay, yeah, that's not so bad. That's definitely something we can deal with.
Holding firm.
If they're just going to completely ignore the Hunchback at all costs, we are going to kill them with the Hunchback. Oh, there we go. One medium laser. They tried a little bit. Or at least they wanted to appear to be trying.
Let's get this done, folks.
Alright, so if the Hunchback can carve this guy up from behind, then we are...
Don't need to
The
tell me
aluminum
twice.
cannon is way safer. Just go in center. I think I fire everything because we're looking for kind of a lot of damage here. Yeah, I'm just going to fire everything.
This should be good.
That looked pretty good.
Did you see that? Did you see
Alright,
it?
so they will not be able to get vision of the trebuchet, probably again, at any point for the rest of the mission. So that's pretty good for us. You've taken a little bit of a beating. You do not have bulwark, so vigilance is only 20% damage reduction. I think actually what we do here is reserve down. I want to act after they do.
Happy.
Okay, they're fixating on the Griffin, even though it's not really an available target, which is good for us. I kind of want to reserve down again, honestly. I think I might. Or we could go to the quick draw. But even with the trebuchet, I don't want to go after the quick draw right now. I think we just reserve down. We're in a pretty defensible position at the moment. We make them waste all their attacks, and then we go twice in a row. See if we can't get some cleanup. Weird how dedicated they were to ignoring this thing. Okay, now we can knock down the quick draw and actually have it down for somebody to shoot at.
Ready for orders.
Slide rule can step up a little bit. Okay, yes, those are direct fire. Try to keep my right arm turned toward them as much as possible, just in case.
Roger that.
And do I want to do a precision strike just for the purpose of actually making sure we make contact? Or reasonably sure? No, I want to save the resolve. Okay, cool. That attack just did nothing
Yes,
then.
Commander.
It seems like big weapons are much more like weapons like a PPC or an AC-20 are much more likely to miss. If something's going to miss, it's more frequently them. That's probably just confirmation bias, but it sure feels that way. All right, so who are we actually shooting at here? You try to put down this dude's Vindicator. I can take the side off of the trebuchet pretty easily. 'Cause obviously I want to be as turned as possible.
Lifting
Yeah.
off.
Let's try to get rid of that trebuchet's arm. We can also shoot the cicada really hard if I want to shoot a mech that's not contributing anything at all to the battle.
Roger that.
Okay, that is an excellent
Reporting.
outcome.
Critical hit.
He's lost almost all of his weapons now. I guess the other ammo bay must be empty. We hit the ammo bay that had all the missiles left in it. That's
Waiting
phenomenal.
for orders.
That was not an outcome I was expecting. Really, really nice to see. So he's kind of a non-issue at this point. I can try to jump... Like, I could try to get into the back arc, maybe, on somebody. The weapons on this thing don't run that hot. So we might be able to jump, shoot again. Don't have the resolve for an aim shot. We can start working on the quick draw from this side. Actually, that arm's already pretty screwed up. Yeah,
All
sure.
weapons are go.
Bad shooting. Real bad. Some real questionable shooting going on there. Okay, here we go. We can jump in and maybe just try to core this thing. It's at least possible.
Affirmative.
I am willing to overheat slightly for this.
Our primary target is taking damage.
You've done it! That one is dead and my family is avenged. Then it sounds like our job here is done. Yeah, we could just bail. But we'll get paid better if we don't. Yeah, that's fine. The Hatchet Man can definitely afford to just go into repairs. We don't need to worry too much about that. So I think might be a turn where the Hunchback just braces. Just let the water eat some of this this heat. I probably want to turn a little bit. In fact, I probably want to turn like all the way. Let's turn to like here and just brace. Alright, that was nice of them.
Ha! Send me a real opponent! Commander.
Just begging to get killed. Really, absolutely suicidal. We have one turn left on Coolant Vent, unfortunately, so we're going to have to be a little bit soft this turn. I mean, that's still kind of a lot of damage. It might be enough for a kill. Okay. We needed basically all of that to hit torso, and that is what happened. Getting a streak of good luck here. That probably at this point is longer than our streak of awkward luck at the beginning of the mission was. You are still in water, so you're still only going to be able to fire... I mean, that's fine. I'm going to Precision Strike and try to hit this. I think adding the LRM-5 is unlikely to actually have a positive benefit here, so I'm not going to bother to take the heat.
Target's taken a critical hit.
He's very close to full stability. I have to say, I like this laser hunchback quite a lot. This is a good mech. Now, you have to take it a little bit easy this round. And if I want to shoot into the back arc, I have to not... I have to get out of the water, which I don't love. And I could try to back arc the cicada.
Move into position.
Do I have to drop both my medium lasers? No, I just have to drop one. That's exactly enough for lethal if they both hit.
Affirmative.
Okay, not exactly what I was looking for.
Good to go.
Got him scared though, I'm sure. Oh, the only place you can jump is behind the little... That's a shame. Do I have... Well, we at least have medium lasers from here. Yeah, sure. Honestly, I probably could have walked that.
Tell me what to shoot. Waiting for orders.
It's like they're trying not to kill him. Alright, I'm going to put myself at a little bit of risk here because we have Coolant Vent. I really want to just dump all of these missiles at point-blank range.
Confirmed. That hit something good.
48, man. It's remarkable how much of that went to his left arm for some reason.
Got it.
Come on, center hit. Nice. He was running out of other parts for us to shoot there. That shot, you can tell that shot actually went to his left side. But when you shoot an area that doesn't exist, the damage just transfers in the direction of center. Did you just headbutt me? I mean, I guess it's a cicada. That's probably the largest amount of damage it can actually deal. Yeah, it gets a laser shot and everything.
My internals are taking a beating.
Cicadas are such bad mechs.
Let's go, let's go. Waiting on you. Receiving you.
To be perfectly honest, I think I would rather have a Jenner. I think the point of the cicada is that it's supposed to be like an upgraded Jenner, but I think I would just rather have a Jenner. Well, this is a little awkward. I guess we'll just shoot into the side armor.
Location confirmed.
And I don't think it's particularly worth aiming here. Let's save that resolve for somebody else.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, but if I don't aim on this one, it's going to get to go before the Sonic. Yeah, we should probably aim, actually. Let's go through here. We'll just turn off one laser.
Got it.
Okay, there we go. I mean, that was fairly challenging. For a 3-skull mission, that one was reasonably tough. Alright, all targets eliminated. Well done, Commander. By killing Tawan, you've removed a thorn from the side of the entire Singh family. Turn to me and we can discuss your well-earned reward.
Mission successful.
I'm looking for 2 million C-bills and or an awesome 8T. Listen, if you have access to an awesome 8T, I will take that in lieu of any other payment. In fact, not only will I not require you to pay me anymore, I'll do your next job for free. It's very important to me. Alright, we didn't get much in the way of good loot here. We should finish the Wolverine and then... we don't... Okay, we could finish a Trebuchet as well. Sell that off. Okay, nothing else particularly interesting there. One piece off of a Vindicator, I guess. Yeah, that was weird. That was an assassination mission where the assassination target was actually driving a lighter, weaker mech than the other mechs on it. I don't think we've ever seen that before. I'm pretty bummed out I took 3 pieces of salvage on that, frankly. Well, that's it for the flashpoints. That was the last one. I mean, we haven't seen them all. There are 3 Alliance flashpoints that we did not get this game. It probably, if you are working toward it from the beginning, I bet it is possible to get all 5 of the Alliance flashpoints, and thus every single one of the flashpoints in a single mission, or in a single game. But you really would have to be aiming for it from the beginning, I think. It is done. My true enemy is dead, and his attempt to frame House Steiner has been foiled. What's more, you've alerted me to a third party that has seen fit to interfere in my affairs. My people will be on the hunt for your mysterious friend, I assure you. And when they find him, I will bring your company in to eliminate the cabal he works for. Our pleasure as always, Force Commander Singh. It was an honor to serve the needs of House Merrick, and the needs of your own family. Alright, Darius, you're laying it on a little thick there. The honor was mine, Mr. Oliveira. Good fortune to you and your company, Commander Ballard. I salute you. Actually, I wonder if there's more to that. You know, the way we eventually got another event related to that woman that we were supposed to imprison, whose name I've forgotten. Seems like there might be more to that plotline. Another satisfied customer. Take as many of those as I can get. Back to your stations, everyone. We're done here. It's time to move on. See, I don't know that we needed a line of dialogue here at all. Seems like we could have just moved on. Not even 1 million C-bills, really? Wow, that's a pretty good piece of gear, though. Piece of a Zeus, the final piece of a Zeus, so that's something. But yeah. Okay. It was a reasonable amount of money. We'll make more money off of the rewards as well. So that was a reasonable number of points we earned there. It was definitely worth the trip. Get all those repairs in the bay here before I forget. And then we can take a quick look at the map and see where exactly we might head next. Oh, by the way, I did do it. I did break down and look up if there was any location where awesome 8Ts commonly occur or anything. And it turns out that they do rarely appear in the store in Free Worlds League territory on systems that have the manufacturing tag. So that's bad news for us because we've already been to all of those systems and none of them were there. So we know that there are not any awesome 8Ts available in stores. That said, I think from looking at it that list may have been compiled before Flashpoint. So like the black markets, who knows? They might appear in the black markets. Itrom is 3.5 skulls. It has a black market. It itself is a manufacturing world, in case that helps. Let me pull up the map here. I did not pull up the map before starting recording. Have we been to this system? Or does the path to this system at least take us through some stuff we haven't been to? Because we really do want to keep racking up points by traveling to new places. It's just that There aren't a lot of new places that are the kinds of places we're looking for, it seems like. So not only have we been to Itrom, but we have been to every system on the path from here to Itrom. That's a shame. We have not done Cormodir yet. It's a regional capital. We might want to do this just because it's 3.5 skulls and there's a chance of... We're going to go to Itrom. It's going to take a little bit more than 29 days to do both of these because there's a deceleration as you approach the system and then having to accelerate away from it afterward. But we're going to go ahead and go to Itrom in the hopes of, 3.5 skull missions plus the store, providing us with some kind of value here. So let's go ahead and do the travel. I probably won't actually do the missions on camera, provided there are any. If we've been there, it may be the case that none of the jobs have regenerated, because on a couple of the systems I visited that we had been to before, it was very obviously the case that no new jobs had generated. And it looks like it was Destination 90 of the 118 systems that we have so far been to, so it must not have been that long ago. Not like I'm the only noble-born person on the ship, says Rumble, slumping low in your guest chair. I mean, there's you. Why can't Trashcan harass you about their stupid idea? Apparently, when Rumble asked to speak to you privately about something Darius wouldn't understand, it was about the trials and tribulations of being nobility. Okay, well, what is Trashcan's idea, you ask? I don't know, something about cooling systems? She wants me to use my connections to get the idea to people who can implement it. And she doesn't believe me when I say that my birth doesn't automatically open doors like that. And even if it did, I can't waste it on bullshit. Rumble gives you a plaintive look, clearly hoping for advice or at least sympathy. Okay, well, my suspicion is that a bad result here could reduce our morale, which is to say reduce our score, which is the only thing I care about. So Trashcan, you could tell him to send Trashcan to me. I'll handle this. Rumble looks relieved to pass along the burden to you, and later that afternoon, Trashcan shows up at your door. You scan the roughly written idea and can immediately see that she may actually be onto something. You tell Trashcan to work it up into a full spec, and you'll arrange a follow-up meeting with Chief Vertanen to review it in more detail. Okay, hey, that's a good result on that. Yeah, so looking at the numbers here, I flew through Arano space on our way up to Merrick space. So we've definitely been here recently. We should still stop. It's not going to add that many total days to the trip, and who knows, there might be awesome 8T parts of the store that I didn't bother to buy for some reason, or the store may have regenerated, or the mission, I don't know. We should stop. It's not that much of a cost to stop. Like I said, though, I am panic adjacent right now. I'm very worried that we're not actually going to get the completion. Well, Cormodir is at least a new system. There'll be points for going there. It's never gonna work, says Hellebore. It'll work, says Porcupine. And even if it doesn't work, it'll be awesome, says Trashcan. You look curiously over at the 3 mech warriors clustered around a table in the mess hall. Noticing your interest, Trashcan calls you over, showing you a miniature medieval catapult constructed of dried noodles. This is what happens when we tell Trashcan that she has good ideas. Constructed of dried noodles, bits of edible foam, and elastic bands. Why, you ask? We were using utensils at first, but the cook took them away. Okay, we gotta give a raise to the cook. Porcupine says, if we can get it tuned properly, it'll be great for radishes. There is no way we have radishes, come on. I mean... Okay, I'm in. You watch the pilots try to work together as a team to get the little toy working. Given the number of dead ends they pursue, you feel compelled to give numerous hints as your cup of coffee grows cold. Finally, after the latest prototype collapses, Porcupine sweeps the remaining spare parts onto the floor. The project immediately devolves into a squabble, and you call in the other mech warriors still in the mess hall to separate everyone before more serious forms of violence take place. Well, that's a shame. Porcupine being in low spirits probably doesn't mean anything at all. Odds of Porcupine being involved in a mission are pretty low. A little bit of morale loss isn't terribly meaningful anyway, because, we still have a couple of Argo upgrades that are going to boost morale that we're waiting on. But note to self, do not encourage trash can. Well, I sure hope this doesn't end up adding a bunch of days. I don't actually know how long the slowdown period is. I guess this will give us a good opportunity to learn that, but I probably should have learned it by now. You know, before there were 200 days left in our career. Okay, so travel time from the jump ship to Itron was like 7 days. While pacing through the mech bay on a sleepless night... Oh, this is the somebody's fiddling with a... Yeah, we've seen this mission a bunch of times. Let them keep working at it. What do I care? Suppose that was in storage for a reason, so we can afford to lose it if things go wrong. Just be careful. These weapons are meant to destroy mechs, after all. Later that week, Slide Rule catches you in the hall, but doesn't look you in the eyes. Commander, I'm sorry to report that I wasn't able to modify that weapon like I wanted to. And I wasn't able to put it back together again. I already told the chief and he raked me over the coals. No more than I deserve, though. Alright, we lost an AC-5. Who cares? So yeah, it might be 7 days to travel back to the jump ship. And then 3 days? This might have been an issue.
Waypoint reached, Commander.
Alright, visit the store, come on, awesome AT parts. No, I mean, there's some cool stuff available here. It's not what we're looking for, though. 1. Well, it's a start.
New equipment available.
Now we only have to take 2 pieces of priority salvage on every mission. And I can't imagine... Yeah, there's nothing... At this point, I wouldn't even buy a +3 hit defense gyro. Alright, well, are there missions available? I don't know why this always takes so long. I assume this is an immersion thing, that it doesn't actually have to load this slowly. Hyperpulse generators are... Ooh. Okay, well, we're going to make some money, and we're definitely going to generate some XP here. I'll tell you what, I'll bang out the 3 and 3.5 skull missions, and then we'll actually record the 4 and the 4.5. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. It's a battle and a capture base. Hopefully with a lot of enemies, so that we get maximum chance for an awesome. Yeah, alright, this gives me a little bit of hope. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time and see if my hope is as sorely misplaced as I assume it is. And we'll see you then.